Hello and welcome to Topham Chats, the show where I chat to various members of the Rooster Teeth community. My guest again is Flybarger. Hey man, how's it going?
How's it going?
Alright, we've been trying to start this for like 45 minutes or so.
That's a bit of a stretch. It's more like an hour and a half, 2 hours.
Yeah, just a little bit. Christ. Things have not been going well, we'll say that. Technical difficulties and all that jazz, right?
Yeah.
So,
on our end, on your end, etc.
on both ends,
yeah.
It's a bit back and forth, but it's sorted now and we're recording. So, what we've got to talk about today really is one topic: Destiny.
Yeah.
And yeah, we both clog up the Oxford. Oh man, I've messed
Oxford,
that up.
comma
cafe. I nearly got cafe and comma the other way around. I was like, abort before I get it wrong. So we chat a lot about it on there, and I feel sometimes like it's like, oh yes, we'll just take over this for a few posts.
Yeah,
but
that
like,
tends to happen.
No one
Talk
calls us
about
out on it. No
Nightfalls.
one's like, get out
Right.
or anything, but it's just like,
Right.
yeah, that's fine.
We do tend to take it to secret messages, so...
Yeah. So it's just like, we do keep it away, but there is still a lot that goes on. It's like,
Right.
oh yes, and this is going on, and I might play a bit of Destiny today. You're like, oh yeah, what are you doing? Like, yes, let's go straight into it. But yeah. So, last time we spoke, had you done any of the raids?
Last time we spoke, negative.
No. So since then, you've done both of the raids, right? Have you done them on
I
both
have not-
difficulties or not?
I have not done Vault of Glass.
Oh my.
Yeah, I really needed to,
Yeah.
but it's hard for me to get a group together on that, so...
Mhm.
I do have a group that I run hard mode Crota and regular Crota with.
Yeah.
So we run the first stretch. We run the labyrinth until that
Yep.
first loot drop, and that's it.
Yep.
So
Oh, right, okay.
it's only me and another guy.
Okay.
So instead, we're not going to take on Crota ourselves on hard mode.
Yeah.
So what we do is we kind of cheat the system.
Mhm.
A little bit. So I wait until he's at the ogre,
Yeah.
and I join. Because otherwise the ogre will be a super major ogre.
Uh-huh.
He's a yellow. But if my friend does the hard mode without me, it's a red.
Okay.
Which means he's just a normal ogre. He's not super beefy and buffed.
Yeah.
My friend can take him down on his own when it's hard mode Crota as one person.
Nice.
But with me joining, it becomes a super beefy one. So we kind of cheat the system, and I join after the ogre's down when he's running to the white room.
Okay, yeah.
And doing that, I got Oversoul Edict.
Ah, nice. One of my favorite
Yeah,
guns.
I know.
So,
It's a
so
great
it goes
one.
through the shields and like
Yeah.
pulse
And
rate.
then today, I ran with a group that does Crota in 20 minutes.
Nice.
They pretty much didn't need my help, but Crota was kind of glitchy today, so I hopped in with a tracking rocket launcher and helped take him down a little bit.
Ah, nice.
But I got Blackhammer.
Oh yes, the greatest sniper rifle. Or
Yeah.
second greatest. It's on par with Icebreaker.
Yes, I got Blackhammer, and I also got Willbreaker's Resolve, which is the
that's
raid chest piece.
Yes.
I already had the raid gauntlets,
Nice.
so I'm on my way to a full set.
Nice.
And that was with my Titan. So with my Hunter, I got Dogged Gauge,
Yep, which are the gauntlets?
which are the gauntlets, and with my Warlock, I got Deathsinger's Embrace, or Grips. And I have a list here.
Yep.
I got a couple of Ingrams that turned into Viper Tread boots for my Warlock. So
Nice.
he literally went from this past week from 26 to 29 just by equipping items.
Nice.
I got another NITC in the Nightfall.
Okay.
It has third eye, so I might keep it.
Mhm.
I also got 2 one-way tickets, and they're ARC.
Okay.
So they're probably going to get dismantled. I might keep one for certain strikes or Nightfall activities that have arc burn. But yeah, I think that's... Oh, I also got a legendary helmet for my Warlock.
Oh,
But
nice.
I might scrap that because I have Obsidian Mind. So
Right, yeah. I got, this week in the Nightfalls, I got Obsidian Mind, in the first one. Then I got Coiled Hiss, which is a pulse rifle, but it has the Head Seeker perk on it, and probably Third Eye on it as well, I think. That's what it was.
Okay.
I was like, I'll probably keep that. And then on the third one, I was like, I got Truth! Truth! And just, like, started freaking out because Truth's, like, absolutely amazing.
I'm jealous of Truth right now.
I got it, and I was just like, oh, I got Truth. And I was like, wait, I got Truth. And, like, the guys that I was in the game with, I was just like, this is the best. It's like, oh, so good. Because they were waiting for me to get a tracking rocket launcher. I was just like, that's amazing, I got Truth. Like, so over the weekend I got, like, the last piece of armour that I needed for my Warlock, which was the chest piece for my Warlock from the raid, so I can hit level 32 on that, which I've just done as well. Did that earlier today. And then, I've just been, like, looking at all the weapons. Got Song, which is the machine gun, and I'd got all of the primary weapons as well. So it's like, I don't need to do hard mode again, so we just don't do hard mode. Right. And then on Wednesday we managed to we tried to 3-man Crota, which is something we can do now apparently on normal mode. So we're just like, we'll 3-man it, and we do fine, which is great, because now that means we only need our strike team and we can just go and do Crota as and when we please. And when we did it on Wednesday, I got the chest and I got the legs for my hunter, which were the last pieces I needed, but I was still hitting 32 with it because I had exotic legs and the other 3 pieces. And I also got Hunger of Crota, which was the last weapon I needed from the raid. So I was like, oh my god, everything I need. So I was like super ecstatic that I'd got it, because I have all of the raid weapons now, like all of the VOG and all of the Crota ones as well. I'm just like, I've got everything I need. Now though, I need about, 500 or so Radiant Energy and shards, because otherwise I'm not going to upgrade any of them. But luckily with the update coming out, right?
Oh,
we're going to be able to buy the Radiant materials we need. So I'm just like, yes, that's going to be so good, because I have all the energy ever. No, I have all the shards ever, Ascendant shards. I'm just like, I don't know what to do with them, but now I have a use for them, and I don't really need to even run Crota for a while. So it's just like,
now, can you change Radiant Energy to Ascendant Energy? Do you know if we could do that? Or is it just Radiant to Radiant?
My understanding was that you could change any legendary upgrade material to another legendary upgrade material. That's what my understanding was, because you can already change Radiant to Radiant with Eris.
Right.
You have to be rank 4 to do that, but my understanding was that you could change the Ascendant energy you had into Radiant materials. That might or might not be true. I'm not sure. You've made me think about it now, and I'll have to go and have a look. But
I'm not positive, because I studying for the chat that I know we were going to do, I went and watched all of the Twitch reveals that Bungie did.
Yeah.
So I just saw the Prison of Elders one a couple of hours ago.
Yeah.
I'm super pumped for Prison of Elders.
Yeah,
so pumped.
Same here. Like, level 28, that's going to be a lot of fun. I think I'm going to be running that a lot, but...
Me too.
What I think is, like, there's a group of 3 of us that play usually, and you can play it on each of your characters once a week and get the rewards from it, and it looks like you can get an armor core from it, if I understand correctly. Right?
Armored cores and possibly Etheric Light.
Ah, nice. So, if you do it on all 3 characters, are the armor cores tradable? And if they are, that means, like, you can move them between your characters. That means you can get one character to level 34 within the first week. So it's like,
that's what it sounds like.
That's what I'm thinking. So I'm like, I can get level 34 character on the first day with my friends. We're like, yes!
Because from what I understand, I think the armored cores are just another form of currency, kind of like Vanguard commendations and Ascendant shards and Ascendant energy and all that junk. Yeah. I think armored cores are going to be because they said they were stackable.
Yeah.
To an infinite number, which makes it sound like you can just put them in your vault and store them and store them and store them until you can buy whatever the heck you want.
Yeah. So unless it's not 1 for 1, but it sounds like it is 1 for 1. So 1 armor core gives you 1 armor piece. So,
right.
Yeah. So it could be possible that I could be getting a level 34 character pretty much straight off the bat as well, which would be pretty nice, because then you're just like, yes, I've got level 34 wandering around the tower on like the first day. And then if the guys I'm running with also do that as well, we have a team of 34s that we can give the 34 one a go for the first time as well. So it's just like, oh yeah, immediately getting an attempt at the second hardest thing that you can do in the new end game, which is crazy. So,
That looked super difficult, by the way.
yeah, it did. It so did as well. Like, I only saw it from like half an hour in as well. And I haven't gone back and had time to watch it. Because I was watching Daredevil. I spent 5 hours last night watching the remaining 5 episodes of Daredevil. So I was like, meh, what are you gonna do?
Completely understandable. That show was awesome.
Yeah. So I was like, oh, that's a whole thing as well. But yeah, I've missed the first half hour of the stream, and I never went back to watch it. But I think I missed all of the important things that they were talking about at the beginning. But it doesn't really matter because they were giving the 34 a go, and it showed me what I wanted to see in the gameplay as well. So there's like missions throughout, not missions, objectives throughout, where you can go and hit things up and stand in certain places or kill a target. And yeah, it looks great. It's just waves and...
Yeah, the waves looked intense, by the way. Like, I've never seen so many thralls in one place at a time. That was crazy.
Yeah.
And that Scorch cannon, did you see that?
That looks fun.
That looks like a lot of fun.
Yeah,
and the tracking, the little sticky bomb, that looked pretty cool. If you hold the trigger, apparently it shoots a sticky bomb that latches onto targets, and it looks like it does more damage that way as well.
Yes.
But it might not do as much like splash damage because it's connected to a target.
Yeah, definitely.
Okay, the other thing I saw was, or the way they were explaining it is that the level 28 Prison of Elders is continually runnable.
Yes, yeah.
It's not a one-time thing, which is really awesome because apparently you can get a lot of good stuff from there as well.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to running that. Just like, I've got nothing to do and I can't be bothered to do any of the strikes. I'll just hop into Prison of Elders for a while and go through it. We matchmake with people if you don't have a team to go through, but yeah, it should be good. One of the interesting things I saw as well, like, because there's new modifiers on it as well. You have extra shields and
Brawler
extra shields, but it doesn't come back, right? I thought what the most interesting thing was from that was when they were showing Deej's screen, because he was using Red Death. Now, when you get a kill with Red Death, it sets your reset, but his shield wasn't coming back. I was like, that's really difficult, because on Crota it says no recovery. But if you use Red Death, you gain your health back, which is...
Now, see, here is what I was thinking. I was doing a little bit of, like, a strategy in my head as that was going on. Defender Titans with Blessing of Light.
Mm-hmm.
So all you got to do is pop the bubble, you get Blessing of Light, and they get extra shield.
Yes.
Do you think, possibly, that it might reset the shield?
I'm not sure. I want to know whether... I don't know, because Armor of Light would boost armor back up to max anyway.
That's true.
So
that might help.
Defender Titans are going to be pretty valuable.
Oh yeah,
pretty soon.
Yes,
they are.
Defender's
like the best thing to play as well. Defender's so much fun. But yeah, it's going to be so interesting to see how it like folds out and the different strategies come around. I'm just like, yes, that's a lot of fun. Yeah, Prison of Elders looks very, very much fun. What do you think of? What do you make of Trials of Osiris?
I am not a PvP player.
Neither am I.
That's my problem. I am not good at PvP. I have recently started boosting some of the good PvP weapons, though. Like yesterday, I completely finished leveling up Last Word, which is one of the best hand cannons on my end. I don't have Hawkmoon with me because I'm an Xbox One guy. Yeah. But I'm almost completely filled with Thorn as well. Thorn's awesome. Yes, it is.
I love but I can see the damage numbers. Let me just chase you.
I love just shooting something and watching it die. That's just one shot, and it's like, I could shoot you twice, and I know you're gonna die. So that's pretty awesome.
Yeah.
But I also finished Red Death, so that's one of my other completed weapons. I just started working on Patience and Time.
That was another thing I got. Like, I got that at the same time I got Hunger Dropped. Hunger Dropped. I got everything. I got the legs. Hunger of Crota and Patience and Time all in the same time. I was like, oh my god, I got everything I need. That's like why I was like, that was the best drop I ever had.
I actually got 2 of those in a Nightfall.
Oh, nice.
So I ran it with my Titan. I got Patience and Time, and I'm like, all right, let's run it with my Hunter and see what happens. I ran it with my Hunter, and I got Patience and Time, and I'm like, okay, now I've got 2. Yeah. And then
exotic shards.
Talking about my best drop ever, I was actually running Vault of Glass a couple weekends ago, and I ended up getting Vision of Confluence, which I'm stoked to get that to the 365. That's going to be the first thing I think I upgrade, nice. Besides my exotics, of course, because I won't need Etheric Light for that. I'll just need exotic shards. So I've been doing that a lot too. Like, I haven't really been buying anything from Xur. I did buy Thunderlord today, but I've been buying just shards, like, nonstop. So I'm starting to stock up on those. I think I've got like 6 or 7 of those in my vault right now. But Vision of Confluence is going to be the thing that I upgrade probably first. And then I also got Universal Remote, which I'm kind of excited to play with. I haven't touched it yet, but I'm going to.
I've got one sitting there that I must have had forever because it's in the 3rd slot in my vault. I just haven't used it yet. So I'm just like, it's just sitting there. I just haven't got any desire to use it. But yeah, Vision of Confluence. The time I got Vision of Confluence, I got 2 in the same drop from Atheon. Killed him.
That's kind of weird.
Like, double Vision of Confluence, just like sitting inside the screen. I was like, come on, I've been waiting for ages for this, and I get 2 in one go? Really?
Yeah. Kind of cheapens it, doesn't it?
Yeah, I was just like, oh, that's a bit annoying. But the, I'm probably going to upgrade Fatebringer first to 365, because that's just so good. It's so useful.
I want Fatebringer so bad.
It's
got one of the best drops, like best leveling up. With Outlaw and
Firefly.
This
is absolutely gorgeous.
Arc, 13 shots. That's pretty awesome for a revolver, for a hand cannon.
Yeah, it is.
So.
Yeah, it's an excellent one.
So I actually have a question for you.
Go for it.
What do you think about the Reef as a social space?
It looks interesting. I'm looking forward to seeing what it's actually like, and what there is available around it, because I don't see much reason to go there other than to pick up the bounties.
And go to Trials of Osiris.
Yeah.
And Prison of Elders.
Prison of Elders, okay, yeah. Go there and just like pick up things related to that. I don't know, it might completely replace me going to the tower entirely. So
I would say that...
I will need to go to the tower to go to Caesar, and maybe
the
Vanguard.
Actually, Deej said that Xur will be coming to the Reef social space.
Oh, okay.
So he said that he will be making his rounds. I think the wording he said is he will be... I didn't write it down, but it was something like he will be coming to certain locations in the Reef social space at certain times.
Oh, okay.
So I don't know if he's going to be selling just like random things, like upgrade gear, like maybe Etheric Light we could buy for some strange coins.
Yeah.
Because it's so far it's only going to be in endgame materials. You're only going to get it from raids, from Nightfalls, and from Prison of Elders. And I think what they might do is in some of those story missions. Do you remember how you got your first Ascendant shard?
Yes.
During a story mission, right?
Yeah, during a story mission.
Yeah, you went to the speaker and he's like, thank you for doing all that. Here's an Ascendant shard. You're not going to know what this is right now, but later on down the road, this is going to be very important.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
like,
I think...
Great.
Yeah, I think you might get like a piece of Etheric Light. Like just one to kind of hold you over until you start getting more. So
yeah, definitely. It's like going through the Dark Below content. If you go through the quest there, you get the gauntlets for whatever character you're playing. And that gives you a level 33 piece of armor. Light level 33. It'll take you to level 31 in total. Which is really cool that it's like, oh yeah, this is what you can get. Aha. New level, new max cap. So yeah, Etheric Light would make a lot of sense rather than it being a specific piece of armor. Because you might already have all the armor you want, which is... I'm sure something people have seen. It's like, yes, that's what I need. Did you see the news about the difference them wanting to split the Nightfall and the weekly heroic strike to be different strikes? I did. That made me very excited.
Yeah, that's pretty awesome because...
Yeah, go ahead.
It kind of makes me tired when you have to run Axor the Archon Priest like 7 times in a row. 6 times in a row.
6 times in a row.
But yeah, that kind of, when you run it for the weekly 3 times in a row, you're like, yay, I got all my strange coins. Let's put those in the vault. Like, who wants to run Nightfall? Okay, we can run the Nightfall. Let's do Axon the Archon Priest again.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I'm pretty pumped for that, and I really want to see Ballista Arc now because
yes, I haven't seen him since the patch.
Yeah, he got nerfed.
He got nerfed, and then they haven't let us play him since.
Yeah,
since
why would you do that? Like that doesn't make any sense.
Yeah. So,
but
yeah, so, I'm looking forward to next time he's up. But
have you noticed? I know you've noticed, but this is kind of more for the audience than you and I. Do you think it's kind of weird that they've put all 3 arc burns on the past 3 Nightfalls?
They have put all burns on it. It's just
Arc, Void, and Solar.
It's kind of like they're just like, yes, these are all the burns. They might be going away for a while. I'll give you new modifiers to play with. Yeah. So I'm kind of thinking that there'll be new modifiers that they will throw in, especially with the new ones coming with the Prison of Elders. So it's
Brawler.
Brawler.
As a Titan, I'm super pumped about Brawler.
I don't think that would work through a whole strike though, because
you can't punch somebody to death with that.
No,
yeah. I'm not going to go up and punch Ballista Arc in the kneecap until he dies. So
yeah, it's just.
But I mean, as a Defender Titan with the Orb ability, if you're running like Fogoth and you encounter a bunch of Hive and you just start binking Hive in the face until they start dropping hundreds of orbs, that's kind of cool.
Yeah, that'll be pretty excellent. It's looking like things are going to be changing even for the better, and I'm glad that things are coming out. I'm just like, yes.
Did you see the Catapult ability too, or the Catapult modifier?
Which one was that?
Catapult is grenades.
Oh, okay.
Grenades have a lower cooldown, so you'll be able to chuck grenades. The problem is it also works for the enemies.
Okay.
So it's just going to be like a Michael Bay movie with tons of explosions. But that sounds kind of cool.
Just Sunslingers, like bang, 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 bang.
Yeah, with Sunsinger and I think it's Heart of the Praxic Fire with 2 grenades. And then if you pop Radiance, you get grenades.
Grenades constantly.
Yeah.
It's just like, yes, off they go.
You'd be insane with that. Unstoppable.
So much fun.
Like, yes. And then there was a few more modifiers I saw. You were talking about the one with the shields.
Yes.
But Planet Destiny had a list, and I didn't get to write them all down. But there were some pretty awesome ones in there that I'm really pumped to see. So.
Yeah, I can't wait to see. Like, I'm sure there's. I definitely haven't read up on them, so I'm looking forward to even finding out what they are. Maybe even through doing them, because I just don't have enough time to catch up. So it's just like, oh god, I don't really know what I'm doing. But yeah, hopefully it's going to be a lot of awesome stuff coming, and I'm really excited, like super excited.
So am I. I'm so pumped.
Yeah. So what? Okay, one question I just want to ask is, what is your favorite exotic weapon, and why is it your favorite?
That's a tie right now.
Okay.
When I was going through and leveling up Last Word, it was a kind of a slog. Like it took me forever to do that. Yeah. But I loved it. I don't know why, because it has a super slow reload for being a hand cannon. It's not the greatest PvE weapon, but I had a lot of fun using it. And that may sound weird, but it was just... I literally ran it through, like, all weeklies, all nightfalls, until, just recently. Like, I finished it yesterday, like I said. And I just had a lot of fun using it. I don't know why. But Thorn's a lot of fun, too. I like the hand cannons. But right now, Icebreaker is kind of my go-to whenever I go to a strike. So I use that every nightfall, weekly, just because, number one, it replenishes, and number two, its impact and damage is just so high.
Yes, yeah.
The recoil's a bit ridiculous, but
it's kind of justified, really, isn't it?
Yeah, it kind of is. I mean, that's another thing I really like about all the exotic weapons, is they do have a downfall. They're not the perfect weapon there is. Yeah. So, like, Last Word has no range at all, but it's got super high impact, super high stability, especially if you're fighting from the hip. So, like, that's pretty awesome. Thorn has got lower impact, tons of range and stability. So, like, there's different things that I like about those weapons. And then, of course, there's huge recoil on Icebreaker. And, like, Patience and Time has no recoil at all, but hardly any impact.
Yeah.
So I mean, that's kind of cool. I like that there are downfalls.
Yes. So I think my favourite exotic at the moment is Super Good Advice. So
Okay.
machine gun. So the machine gun. Because if you miss with it, it puts the bullet straight back in.
Right back into your magazine,
there's two very good examples of why it's one of the best exotics, or one of my favourite exotics, and that is the oracles at the Vault of Glass.
Okay.
If you shoot them, if you hit them, it still counts as a miss.
Okay.
So the bullets
I did not
go
know
straight
that.
back in, so you can just keep shooting. You don't need to reload the whole way out, and then you're just like, you get out and just like, oh, Atheon, yeah, I'll shoot you a little bit. Then when you're jumping away, you reload, and then you get teleported again, or you get detained, and you need to break out of the bubble.
Right,
Oh,
it works.
I don't lose any ammo. And then it also works on the Oversoul at Crota. So like, someone
that makes
dies,
sense.
kill that. No need to reload. It's just like, it's so useful in those like instances. It's just like, yes, this is why I like it so much. But I rarely get a chance to use it at Atheon. I use it all the time, but at Crota, Red Death kind of becomes more important.
Yeah,
because
health
of
is a big issue.
Ability to heal yourself, but on hard mode, it's going to be near impossible to justify using Super Good Advice. But
makes sense.
But it's a lot of fun to use, especially because it counts as misses and you get all the bullets in the world. Cool. Let me check, see if we've gone through everything I want to talk about. Yes, and pretty much talked about everything.
Okay.
How wonderful, right? What are you still looking to get from Destiny?
Gallahorn.
Nice, yes, same here.
Yeah.
Same here. Everyone is.
Gallahorn, Truth. I have Suros. I have Red Death. I have Last Word. I have Thorn. I'm still working on Invective. I'm not a good PvP player, as I said before, and you've got to get a 25 positive. Yeah. So I kind of cheated when I got Thorn because a buddy of mine and I would jump into free-for-alls.
Yeah.
Or Rumbles, I guess they're called. Or
I think it's Rumble.
Yeah. And we would find a hiding spot, and I would use a Void shotgun and just shoot him in the face whenever he'd come near me. So I cheated. But it's not that big of a deal. So, and then we're probably going to end up cheating Invective as well. Just because it's Invective and it's kind of a hard bounty. I also have another Thorn bounty, and I'm working on Super Good Advice. So
nice.
I'm working on all
today.
Yeah, I already did. I already got Thunderlord. So I'm set on that.
Nice.
And then
that's the easiest exotic bounty as well. The Super Good Advice one, because it's like find a chest on Mars, go see the gunsmith, go see Xur, go get 500 kills with it, go to I don't know whether it's Xur or the gunsmith again, and then that's it done. It's like super simple.
Yeah.
It's like my fifth Super Good Advice as well. I'm just like, yay! Don't need it.
So, and then I'm working on finishing out the subclass for my Warlock and my Hunter. Okay. I'm filled out on Gunslinger. I'm working on Blade Dancer for the Hunter. Yeah. I'm completely done with the Titan, which is now my new favorite character.
Yeah.
And my Warlock, I'm still not sure if I'm going to re-roll that or not. I'm seriously thinking about just moving everything to the vault, deleting it, and starting it over. I've told you this story. I had a friend come over and babysit the house and the dog and the cats and everything we have here when I was down in Gulf Shores, Alabama. And I told him I have Destiny on my Xbox. And he's like, okay, well, I'm going to play that. And I was like, yeah, sure, go ahead. So he started a Warlock, and he was almost level 20 when I got back. So I don't really know how to use the Warlock that well because I didn't get to see like the distance of Void Bomb and all that junk. So I might re-roll it just to see like the experience and see like how far the Nova Bomb goes and the AoE damage it does. But right now I'm trying to fill out that class and then move to Sunsinger. So if I don't like where it's at right now, I'll probably just re-roll the whole character and start over.
Yeah, that makes sense.
But I think, I know for sure the Titan is my favorite character of all time. and that was one I started after I got my hunter to level 29. So my hunter was already almost level 30, and I mean, I just like the Titan so much more. Bubble Titan is awesome. Hulk Smash is beast.
Yep.
So.
Yeah, my hunter was probably level 31, either 30 or 31 before I even started either of the other characters. So I know exactly what it's like to like start a different character when you're just like all your time's in one. So at the moment, I think my stats are like 6 days in game time on just my hunter, and then 2 on each of the others, or something like that.
I have
my warlock's
240 hours on the Xbox One logged.
Yeah, that's probably similar to me now.
The problem with that is it does not carry the time over that I spent on my Xbox 360.
Ah, okay.
Which is also a lot of time.
Yeah.
So I didn't have any of that transfer, which kind of sucks, but you do what you got to do.
Yeah, definitely. And what was I going to say? Yeah, currently I'm running I've got 2 characters that have the Bad Juju bounty.
Oh.
Exotic bounty.
I have the Bad Juju on my Obsidian Mind Warlock, and that thing is awesome. In fact, buddy of mine yesterday, the one we run the Labyrinth Lamp thing with, we just backed ourselves into a hallway, and we pretty much created like a firefight mode where whenever I needed to reload, which I don't really need to with Bad Juju, but I would back up and he would step forward and he'd empty his clip, and we just kept like rotating out.
Nice.
So we just kept rinsing all the thralls that kept running in there. It was pretty awesome, actually. We actually had a lot of fun doing that. We don't know why, because it's pointless and endless, but it was a lot of fun.
Yeah. I've got the Invective bounty as well, so I'm doing that as well. I'm just like, oh, all my characters have different bounties. I'm just like, it's going to take a while to do, but hey, 3 exotic shards at the end of it, because I already have all the weapons. Great.
Right. That's kind of why I'm doing some of those that I'm doing now. Like, I already have Thorn. I'm doing the Thorn bounty again, so I just want to break it up as a shard. So
yeah, because the shards are now worth something. They're worth level 3, power 365 weapon, and that's incredibly useful, isn't it? So.
Oh, I have another question for you.
Go for it.
What do you think of the sidearms? Did you see that at all?
I saw it, but I didn't know what to make of it. I'd need to be able to play with it to really see how useful it is and what it really is.
Apparently, the sidearm is a pistol that goes in your special weapon slot. So it takes the place of a shotgun or a sniper.
Okay.
Now, it was completely, apparently there was like no recoil at all. It had a ton of range, a ton of stability. But not a lot of impact. At least it was called the Vestian Dynasty.
Yep.
The one that was in the stream. Now there's also another one called the Shock Pistol. And I'm wondering if it's going to be like the exact opposite. Like, ton of impact, not as much range. Apparently it also does a lot more damage towards Fallen.
Yes. Because Fallen are missing, as well as Cabal, but Cabal might get something later.
Yeah. I'm thinking either the Shock Pistol or the Vestian Dynasty are going to be like Murmur and be a story weapon. So you finish all of the missions and you'll get the Vestian Dynasty. Is what I think.
It definitely looks like that. You might get a choice of one of the two.
Right.
And then you'd like choose one of the two. And just be like, yes.
Right. Which would be really interesting if you choose one of the two and then you kind of have to rely on a drop for the next one.
Yes, that'd be really cool. Like, because then
it's like, man, what do I want? yeah. So,
but then again, you just run it with another character and get it.
Right. Yeah, that makes sense. Yeah. Thanks for completely shattering my hopes and dreams. yeah. But I'm really excited for this House of Wolves. I have a feeling that on March 19th, I'm going to have a severe case of Destiny-itis.
I cannot wait. It's going to be so good. I have people I'll play with normally. I think that I'm going to forget to turn my PlayStation on early enough to remember to download anything, so I won't be playing it till the day after. Because last time there was an update, it was 6 gigs and it took 3 hours, and I only got in at 9, so...
Yeah.
There was nothing I could do until the day after.
I had that same problem. I think that was a Monday update, correct? That happened on Monday?
I don't know if it came out on Monday, but on the Tuesday we were all like, let's jump in and do the Nightfall because it's reset, and we couldn't play. None of us could play. I'm just like, do it Wednesday.
Yeah, I think I had that same problem, and it took forever for that thing to download, that weekly update. But I'm really excited for some of the stuff that's coming. I'm kind of hoping we get some sort of like a hairstylist in the Reef or something along that line where you can kind of change your look up a little bit.
I would like to change the hair on my Titan because it's stupid.
It's so bad. Yeah, I understand. I was kind of flip-flopping around when I made my hunter, who's an Awoken. Mm-hmm. I also have a human Titan, female, both of them. Mm-hmm. And then I've got the guy who's got this douchey, like, front do thing that the guy, my friend, made. So I don't like the way he looks. I really want to scrap him and start over. But I would really like to see some sort of, like, because they were talking about bringing facial hair in.
Beards everywhere.
Yeah, I know. I really want my chick to have a beard. I'm kidding. I would really like to see some sort of beard or like goatee or something kind of crazy, especially for Awoken. If they had facial hair, that'd be kind of cool to see like their styles because their hairs are a little different. But yeah.
Wow.
Oh, I have one last thing.
Okay, cool.
I was actually going through some of my old magazines yesterday.
Yep.
And I found one for Destiny, pre-Destiny release.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
And I wanted to read some of this stuff to you. I'm actually going to have to leave the room to go grab it. So I was actually flipping through this because they started talking about the different weapons and some of the different enemies. For instance, particularly I want to talk about the Hive. Normally because this is kind of something awesome. They were talking about thralls attacking a shambling mob, usually unarmored. So that was kind of different for me, unless they were talking about just like a shield or some sort of armor that... I was thinking they might have some sort of armor they wear, which was kind of interesting. But they were also talking about the next level Tier 1 enemy being a trooper. Mm-hmm. And they are highlighted as troopers because the thralls are highlighted, knights are highlighted, wizards are highlighted, and the ogres are highlighted as Hive enemies. So they changed the name of the acolyte. It was originally called a trooper.
Interesting.
Something kind of interesting. Also, they were talking about the Cabal. There were legionnaires, centurions, gladiators, and scions.
Gladiators being the phalanxes?
Maybe. It just says gladiators lead through their own ferocious size and strength. Now here's where it gets weird, because it says they're often wielding devastating Gatling guns, which is what the centurions are.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's kind of weird, right?
Yeah.
It just says that the centurions are tougher and they stay mobile thanks to jump jets. It does not even mention the phalanx.
Interesting.
Yeah, it's kind of weird. And then also, here's something else concerning the weapons. Patience and time used to be called closing time. Here's the little blip about it. It says, the perfect weapon for the camper on your team. This exotic sniper rifle camouflages your entire body whenever you're zoomed in. Plus, shoot an ammo pickup from a concealed location and the ordnance goes straight into your bags. Mm-hmm. Which I don't think...
It doesn't have that, does it?
No, it doesn't.
No.
But there are snipers that are greens that have that ability.
There's a scout rifle that has that ability that I've got. And as soon as we had the ability to lock weapons, I never deleted that again.
Yeah. Here's Gallarhorn, too. An ideal weapon for a Titan specializing in zone control. The launcher shoots out rockets and secondary sentries.
Interesting.
It says secondary sentries deploy at the site of impact to devastate foes that pass nearby. But it doesn't say anything about like the rounds exploding into tracking rounds or anything like that. It's kind of weird.
It's different to different things entirely.
Yeah.
Really.
So I'm kind of wondering about some of the stuff that didn't end up. There's also some pictures of some Guardians here that have certain armor that wasn't released until the Dark Below.
Ah, okay.
So that was kind of cool too. See some pictures here. And some of them are wearing like raid gear, and some of them are pretty low level. There's a couple with like Crest of the Alpha Lupi and Knucklehead Radar and some exotic stuff.
Yeah.
But they're talking about custom-built Guardians, so you can have your own looks. But there's some kind of cool stuff in there.
Awesome. Cool.
I just thought you might be excited about that.
Yeah, definitely. Things used to be different. Yeah, things used to be different, and they turned it around somehow.
Yep.
But yes. So this is coming out on the Thursday, so it'll be, 5 days until... When this comes out, it'll be 5 days until the DLC drops, and I cannot wait.
I can't either.
So good. So
it's going to be like Christmas.
But we're going to get to play games on that day.
Yes.
Unlike Christmas, where they're just like, no, you can't play games. Your family is around.
Nice.
Anyway, thank you very much. Oh, go ahead.
No problem. I'm actually really excited to see this come. I'm really super pumped about it. And I'm really super excited to see all the cool stuff I get. And I really want to hear about all the stuff you get, too.
Definitely. I'm sure we'll be doing another one of these pretty soon.
Yeah, probably post House of Wolves, but...
Oh, definitely.
Yeah.
Definitely since it's come out. Well, anyway, thank you very much for being my guest.
No problem. Thank you for having me. I also forgot to tell you last time how much of a fan I am of this stuff.
Oh,
I listen to every chat.
Oh, thank you.
So normally what I do is I pop the iPad in front of the TV and I just listen to them while I play Destiny.
That's what I do with like all podcasts, like in front of the TV, just in front on the iPad. I'm just like, yes, I will just play the Destiny and have some fun. Because
I have two suggestions.
Yep.
I have two suggestions for you. IGN has a Fireteam chat.
Yes, they do.
Which I didn't know if you listen to that.
Yep.
But I listen to that a lot. Like, yeah, sometimes multiple times on end. And there's also the Planet Destiny podcast.
Yes, I didn't know about that until the other day when you said about it. I'm just like, oh, that seems like a very valuable resource.
It's a pretty awesome website if you want to check it out. But they also have some pretty cool people on there. So,
cool.
Pretty awesome stuff.
Excellent. Well, you are Flybarger on the Rooster Teeth site.
That's me.
I am Topham, and thank you everyone for listening. Goodbye.
Bye-bye!